Hello children, in today's video we are going to study about how to multiply and divide decimal numbers. First of all, let's study how to multiply the given decimal numbers by 10, 100 or 1000. Let's get started. You can see three questions here. I have taken the same decimal number and I am going to multiply by 10, 100 and 1000. In order to multiply a given number by 10, 100 or 1000, we have to shift the decimal point towards right. As many zeros after 1. For example, the first question is 1.5672 into 10. 10 has 1 0. That means we have to shift this decimal place to one place towards right. So the answer becomes 15.672. That means 15.672. Next question is 1.5672 into 100. 100 has 2 zeros. That means we have shift decimal place 2 places towards the right. That means decimal will reach here after 2 numbers. That means the answer will be 156.72. Next question is 1.5672 into 1000. 1000 has 3 zeros. That means we have to shift 3 places to the right. That means the answer will become 1567.2. This is how to multiply 10, 100 and 1000. Let's see some more questions. Now the next question is 20.27 into 10. You know it. There is 1 0. That means one place towards right. And the answer becomes 202.7. Coming to next question, 893.5 into 100. 100 has 2 zeros and we have to move 2 places to the right. But you can see here, after decimal only 1 place is there. We have to move 2 places. That means we have to add 0, 1 0 with the answer. That means the answer becomes 8935 and 1 more 0. That means 89,350 is the answer. Let's move on to next question. 72.5 into 1000. 1000 has 3 zeros and we have to move 3 places. But in the question, after decimal point, only 1 place is there. That means we have to add 2 zeros with the answer. So the answer becomes 7, 2, 5 and 2 zeros. This is how to multiply the given decimal numbers by 10, 100 or 1000. Let's move on to some more questions. Let's move on to next set of questions. You can see 3 questions here. First one is 15.1 into 2.7. When you multiply in the working column, you just ignore the decimal points and then multiply. That means 15.1 should be taken as 151. And 2.7 must be taken as 27 when you multiply in the working column. Let's find the answer in the working column. When we multiply 151 by 27, we will get it as 4077. You write the answer here, 4077. Now we will consider the number of decimal places. Here you can see after decimal point 1 place is there. Here also you can see after decimal 1 place. Totally 2 places. Okay. So from the backward you put 2 decimal places. That means 1 and 2. So the answer becomes 40.77. Similarly, let us do next question. 30.01 into 1.1. This should be taken as 3001 and this should be taken as 11. So let's multiply in the working column. So we get the answer as 33,011. You write the answer here, 33,011. Let us now consider how many decimal places are there. Here after dot you can see 2 places. Here you can see 1 place after dot. So totally 3 decimal places. So from backward please jump 3 places. So it reaches here. That means 33.011. And here the third question is 0.54 into 0.7. Please don't consider this 0. This should be considered as 54 and this 7. So 54 into 7. Let's do in the working column. So 54 into 7 will give you 378. Write that answer here, 378. Now count number of decimal places. Here you can see half dot 2 places, here 1 place. So 2 plus 1, 3 places. From backward you please jump 3 places. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. It reaches here. Okay. So you just write a 0 here and the answer becomes 0.378. This is how to do multiplication of decimal numbers. I hope it's clear to you. Now let's move on to division. So children, in the case of multiplication of a decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000, we move towards right. It's just opposite in the case of division. We are moving on to division by 10, 100 or 1000. Let's move on to first question. 55.2 divided by 10. In the case of multiplication, we have to move towards right. In the case of division, we have to move towards left. As many zeros after 1. Here, only 1 0. That means we have to jump 1 place backward. So, where does it reach? 5.52. The answer becomes 5.52. I hope it's clear. Now, second question. 27.7 divided by 100. 2 zeros means 2 places backward. Decimal point is here now. From there, 1, 2 places. It reaches here. That means 277. Decimal reaches here and you just write a 0. So the answer becomes 0.277. Let's move on to third question. 389.3 divided by 1000. 3 zeros, so 3 places backward. So 1, 2 and 3. It reaches here. So the answer becomes 0.3893. This is how to divide the given numbers by 10, 100 or 1000. Let's check some more questions. Let's check the next question, that is 89 divided by 100. Here 2 zeros, so 2 places backward. But children, where is the decimal point? You cannot see here, right? So you have to consider the point is here. Okay, and from there you have to jump 2 places backward. So decimal point reaches here. So the answer becomes 0.89. I hope it's clear to you. Let's look one more question, children. 0.6 divided by 1000. Here 3 zeros, so 3 places backward. Here before decimal point you can see only 1 place, right? But we have to jump 3 places. That means 2 more shift we have to make. That means 0.0006 will be the answer. Okay, actually it was 0.6 and since we have to jump 2 more times, I have written 2 more zeros here. I hope it's clear to you. So the answer becomes 0.0006. Now let's move on to next set of questions. The first one is 65.5 divided by 5. Here the dividend is 65.5 and divisor is 5. I told you in the case of multiplication of 2 decimal numbers, we just ignore decimal point and then multiply. In the answer we have put the decimal point. But in the case of division, we will take the decimal point and then we will get the answer. Let's see what we get. 65.5 divided by 5. Let's see the answer. 5 ones are 5 and balance is 1. Take the next digit, that is 5, and in 15, 5 into 3 is 15. So remainder is 0 and take the digit 5, but you can see a decimal point here. So you have just put decimal straight in the quotient part. Okay. And now here 5 remains. 5 ones are 5. And so the remainder is 0. So the answer is 13.1. This is how to divide decimal numbers. Let's move on to the second question. 34.32 divided by 3. Let's divide and get the answer. Let's divide 34.32 by 3. First, take the first bit, that's 3. 3 ones are 3. Balance is 0. Take next digit, that is 4. 3 ones are 3. Subtracting, we will get 1. Take the next digit, that is 3. But before that, you can see dot here. So just put straight in the quotient part. And now in 13, 3 fours are 12. When we subtract, we get 1 as balance. Next digit, it's 2. So in 12, 3 goes 4 times. So we get the remainder as 0. So the answer is 11.44. So let's move on to next question. The next question is 41.24 divided by 0.4. We can also write like this as a fraction. Here you can see our divisor is a decimal number. But in the previous two questions you can see 5 and 3. They are not decimal numbers, right? So we divided it directly. But here we cannot divide it directly because denominator is a decimal number. We have to get rid of that decimal number. For that you have to see how many decimal places are there in denominator. Here you can see after dot 1 place is there. Okay, 1 place means 10. Okay, we are going to multiply both denominator and numerator by 10. We have already studied how to multiply a decimal number by 10. Okay, we have to move towards right and that to 1 place. So decimal will reach here. So numerator becomes 412.4. I hope you understood. And denominator 0.4 into 10. Shifting 1 place to the right. That means decimal will reach after 4. That means 0.4 into 10 equal to 4. Just 4. Okay. Now we have get rid of that decimal point. Now denominator or divisor is okay. You can directly go for the division. Let's see what answer we get. On dividing, we got the answer as 103.1. Let's see the next question also. 5.016 divided by 0.002. Here also divisor is a decimal number. We have to get rid of that decimal number. Let's see how can we do it. Here the divisor or denominator has 3 decimal places. After dot you can see 3 places. 3 place means 3 zeros. 1000. Okay, we have to multiply 1000 in both denominator and numerator. Here it was only 1 place, that's why we have taken 10. If it was 2 place, we have to take 100. Okay, and now here we will take it 1000. Both numerator and denominator will be multiplied by 1000 to get rid of the decimal point. Okay, so multiplying by 1000 means 3 places towards right. Now decimal is here. When it moves 3 places, it reaches here at the end. So the answer becomes 5016. No need of decimal point because it has reached at the end, right? So denominator 0.002 into 1000. 3 placed towards right means 1, 2, 3. It reaches here. So it becomes 2. So our question now changes to 5016 divided by 2. We can go for division and what answer will we get, children? 2508. This is the answer. So we have discussed 2 types of division. The first type was the divisor was not a decimal number and here it was a decimal number and we have multiplied by 10 and 1000 to get rid of denominator decimal and we multiplied it. So this is how to do division. So in today's class we have studied how to multiply and divide the given decimal numbers by 10, 100 or 1000. Also we have studied how to multiply and divide different decimal numbers. I hope the topic is clear to you. Please watch the video very carefully because this will be useful in your higher classes. So that's all for today. Thank you children.